Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. This is the 31st episode of the Mental Threads podcast. I'm here with my old roommate. His name is Joel. I know sometimes he goes by Joel Spoony.
Hey, what's good? I'm Joel.
Yeah, me and Joel used to be roommates and everything. We started at George Street, although there was like a part of times where I kind of boofed off to record my project. So it's it was whatever that. You're pretty much in George Street by yourself by then, right? Like when I had
Yeah, pretty much at that point.
So we first had like two other roommates, and then they just went somewhere else, just disappeared. And I'm low key, I don't want to say vexed or whatever, but it's just like now thinking back, like you literally had a chance to actually put all two of the beds together and everything in the separate room and whatnot. And it's just like, I never even got to put the beds together myself. I feel like that was kind of cool how you did that. And then like whatever left of the two tables, he kind of made it to a little itty bitty table. I thought that was pretty cool too and everything. So it's like in the meantime, while I was gone for like 2 months, what exactly you do like in that time,
Let me see. I really didn't do much around that time. I know that's actually when I first started hanging out with my friend group. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I slept in the room that was our room, but we ended up turning the other room into the hangout room. And we pretty much just used that as a hangout area to get together.
That's cool. And pretty much the room door was just left unlocked and whatnot. You just walked in one day. Bro, that is so cool. And you still stay in George Street, right?
Yeah, I'm still in George Street in the next room over. Because it was 310 last year, now I'm in 309.
Dang, so same floor basically and everything. Would you say since you stayed in George Street, everything kind of been I don't want to say impactful, but you still pretty much do a whole lot of stuff. It's pretty much just you, Ahmad, and Coco, and who's the other person? Solomon. Mostly?
Yeah, it's pretty much most of the same group, just same as usual, really. Except I know one of my friends, Bobby, he ended up he stays in a different dorm this year, so he doesn't hang around as much. But we pretty much the same cast.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Y'all still be doing movie nights and stuff like that?
Not really. Other than when What If came out, we'll all watch that together. We don't. And we watch Squid Game together. So we haven't really done a movie night as of yet.
Oh, okay. Man, y'all need to let me know, man. I'm trying to hit me up for sure, man. Cause I still couldn't even get into Squid Games. I know it's on Netflix, but I just never have the time to watch it and everything. Cause it's I feel like everybody's on it and everything, and I want to get on it, but then it's just what? It's just I feel like they kind of spoil it. So it's is it basically they're just playing a game or whatever, and then it's just they don't play the game red light, green light, they just die?
Because when I watched it before all the hype got to it. So when I watched it, I never heard a single thing about it outside of the show. I think my roommate, they had just started it, and they weren't far. I think they were already I came in the room, they were already halfway into the first episode, and I ended up just sitting and watching it with them. And then it still wasn't even over. It was a couple days after I had finished it, to where that's all you would see on social media was Squid Game. But yeah, it's basically a bunch of people who are in depth. They all play in this game. It's a series of games for a bunch of money, just a large amount of money.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Sometime I'll probably see if I can find time to watch it for sure and everything. But on to the main subject at hand, because I know you're very deep with the whole music thing for sure. I know you pretty much major in music, correct?
Yeah, I'm a music education major.
So you pretty much plan to teach in music basically one day?
Yeah, pretty much.
So basically Joe from that one Disney movie, Joe Gardner from Soul, kind of, but not he wastes his life in being a saxophone person. You just teaching?
Yeah, I never really watched Soul. I never got around to watching it.
Really? Don't you got Disney Plus? You ain't got Disney Plus?
I do. But I think I had started it one time, but I just didn't finish it, so I just haven't been in the mood to start it again.
I watched it as soon as it came out last December. That was a brick ago now that I think about it, but it's just I don't know. I feel like it came out at the right time. I feel of all people, I feel you would be able to watch it. I know you watched Squid Game, but you must have definitely watched Soul. Although it's the sad thing though, it's just the Like the characters, I don't know what's up with black characters in these Disney movies. They can't really stay being like human throughout the movie. It's like Princess and the Frog. She was a frog most of the time, and then the soul. He was either a soul or he was a cat throughout the most of the movie. So it's just like, I mean, it is what it is, and whatnot. But on to the main subject, because we're gonna talk more about the whole like why you pick like your major and everything later on. But it's like, favorite artists. Like I know that's one artist that we both can agree with. It's like J. Cole and everything. J. Cole is like one of the best for sure. And it sucks because like you can actually kind of feel that he's kind of reaching like the end of his career in a sense, but you still feel like he's gonna be present for the next couple of years for sure. Like I feel like after the Fall Off drops, I feel like like where can he go after the Fall Off? I feel like he's pretty much done everything he needed to do, basically, especially with the features. Like he's already kind of proven himself and everything, and I feel like he gave like Lil Baby that brush off and everything, and I feel like Lil Baby is kind of positioned to be that next best thing in a thing where it's not like he won't be the top best thing, but he's gonna be the thing that most people are gonna flock to whenever they want to listen to music. And I feel like I just feel like it's pretty good. Like Lil Baby for sure. Like I'm slowly becoming a fan. Like when I hear everything like Lil Baby, whatever, I just assume like okay, whatever. Like he's just another industry rapper. But then when you actually hear him flow, it's like, bro. So it's like, what's your take on J. Cole and everything, where he at his career at this point, and just what really what about his art kind of drew you into J. Cole as a whole?
Let me see. I became a heavy J. Cole fan sometime in high school. Well, around when he became my favorite rapper. Because I remember, I got heavy into him. Because I remember that was like before, it was sometime after Forest Hills Drive. So it was like freshman year. I got heavy into it, listened to like a lot of his old stuff. Then I remember For Your Eyes Only coming out, KOD coming out. Like, because my friends were all J. Cole fans too. And like I remember like just getting on the bus that next morning after something dropped, we would just talk about it the whole bus ride.
That's cool. I feel like even for my same thing, for my case too, I feel like it started with high school also and everything. Although he was pretty much making music throughout when I was in middle school too, but I didn't really notice until like I know until he pretty much dropped what was it? It wasn't it was Born Center when he had like the TLC song on my way down. What was that song? What was the name of it? Yeah, Crooked Smile was the song that was on the radio a whole lot. It was just like, even before that, like in middle school, I pretty much saw or the song like Work Out for me, and that one song he did with Miguel, I think, what was it? Can't Get Enough. Yeah, Can't Get Enough. So it sounded a little bit more mainstream like. That's how I didn't think it was going to be that best rapper at that time, because I feel like he was just kind of breaking in. I thought he was just like another rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like that's just kind of cool. I feel like each artist has their own stages and everything. I feel like within our generation, you start out being just, another rapper, until you start doing things that kind of set you apart and whatnot. Until like he dropped like 2014 Forest Hills Drive, man, and everybody was on it. And then it was just after that I got more deeper into J. Cole. I started listening to like his mixtapes and everything like that, like on Dat Piff. I don't know if you remember Dat Piff. Do you remember Dat Piff? Yeah, I would like download a lot of his stuff off Dat Piff. That's also where I also got to listen to all sorts of songs from Flatbush Zombies, and also things like what's another song? What's another group I would listen to a lot? Like Pro Era and everything, like that Piff, and even stuff from like Tyler the Creator and Odd Future and everything. There was like some songs that a lot of people didn't hear of that were like in that Piff. I feel that really delved me into like other specific parts of music and everything, and I thought that was mad cool and stuff of that nature. So it's like, back with J. Cole, what does J. Cole mean like as an artist to you and everything? Like what is his art form? How does it speak to you really, personally?
I mean, his biggest thing is just always, or let me see, or my favorite thing about him is just like staying true to yourself, like finding yourself and then staying true to yourself. Like he's one of those people, you watch his development. Like you look at like each album has like a certain stage. Like he has eras. Like you see, what's the first one? Cold World Sideline Story. Like you can feel the energy. Like that whole tape is just like, oh, this is a young guy. Like he's trying to be like, oh, I'm a rapper. Like he's trying to show that. Then Born Center comes around. That's like the fame getting to him. Like he's like adjusting to that famous rapper lifestyle. And then Forest Hills Drive is like that breakaway from just like the fame, the fortune, and just getting back to the basics. And then you go after that to For Your Eyes Only, and that's just a deeper dive just back into home life, back into like the roots basically. Then you got KOD, that's like just another branch off of just being more experimental and trying hard to leave a message. And then leaving back off with the off season, which like that's why it was something I'm glad like he started with KOD. It's just like it's never too late to experiment, because like even with Kendrick and what he's been doing on like like what he did on Keem's album, like it's never too late to experiment, because a lot of artists, they come in and say, only the guy do this one thing, then I'm set. But like, or they get to a point where like they've been doing this one thing their whole career, then like they just don't want to do anything else. So like he's just been experimenting more, he's been doing a lot of different stuff, and like that's something I respect too.
Yeah. No, I feel like you hit on everything, to be honest, and it's just like, yeah, man, for sure. Especially like, I hate how people sleep on For Your Eyes Only, and they hate on stuff like KOD sometimes. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I appreciate it a whole lot more than everything, because even for Your Eyes, it was just 10-track album and everything. I know people were expecting probably like 16 track or something like that, but I feel like it was enough for what it needed at the time and everything, you know. Like, it's crazy that we can pretty much map each J. Cole album to where you're at a point in life. And I feel like even with off season now and everything, you know, I'm going to be going through a transitional period where it's like, okay, I'm a senior in college, I'm on my way out and everything, but at the same time I'm trying to make the most of like what I got out of this semester as I can, and then still trying to like get back to status as best as I can too. So it's just like, you know, off season, like as a project from J. Cole, I see it as just like, you know, yeah, he's getting older and everything, you know, it's maturing and everything. He's in mid-30s. He just pretty much started a family and everything. You know, it's just like, it's just one of those things where it's just like, at the same time, he's still Cole, but at the same time, like the eminence of him, of his time basically in the rap stuff is pretty much, you know, it's pretty much setting up the stage for that, you know. And it's just like, you know, that's why I'm really trying to work hard so I can be able to pay the payments needed to go to the Dreamville Fest. It sucks that you're not going, man. I really hope you can go, for real. Like, you would love it. I went to the first one. I'm just hoping it doesn't rain. That's why I don't want to jinx it for sure, because I know it's gonna be a 2-day event and everything. But it was a damn good event. My only regret from the last event is I should have charged my phone a little bit more, because they ain't got my own phone charger thing instead of having to rent out the charger thing, because that stuff overheats your phone. Hopefully by then, I can get an iPhone so I can keep the quality a lot better, you know, and everything when I take videos of being there, because it's just, you know, it's just a good time, you know. Like, sometimes you might see people from like your past and everything, because like y'all like all music and everything, you're gonna end up being there and whatnot. I know I'm going with my brother and his girlfriend and me, so it's just like, oh, so I guess it's us three again. So it's like my next payment is like November 15th, and then I got another payment in I think in January or December, and then my last payment is gonna be February 15th, which will be, it's actually my birthday, which is crazy, my 24th birthday and everything. So it's just like probably need to be able to see if I can find some change to probably like set up like a hotel space too, you know. That'd be pretty cool and everything. It's just a lot of stuff, you know. And it's just like, you know, I think last time like I went there, it's like, it's the cool thing about Dreamville Fest is like, if you haven't gone to a whole lot of concerts in your life, it's a good time to actually go to like that, so you can be able to see all sorts of concerts all at once. Like, I saw Big Sean for the first time, Bob's for the first time, JID in person, Tiana Taylor was out there, Nelly and everything. Obviously J. Cole and everything. Best part of J. Cole's performance is when he did the whole freestyle. What was that freestyle that was on Friday Night Lights? You know what I'm talking about, right? It's just like, I'm trying to think, what was the name of that song? Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can look it up real quick. Probably gonna even find. You know what? Forget it. It's fine, because I don't want to knock off the recording and everything. But it was like a freestyle he did and everything. A Grown Simba. I think it was a Grown Simba. I think he performed Grown Simba, but he also did like another type of freestyle that I remember like word for word. I'm trying to figure out what the name of it was. If you could look up Friday Night Lights, it'll be alright. You can look it up Friday Night Lights. I can probably see the track list, and I think maybe it will be able to. He's looking up Friday Night Lights, just letting y'all know, anyone who's listening right now. Okay, I think yeah, back to the topic. Yeah, that was When he back to the topic, once he freestyled back to the topic, bro, I was like, bro, and he still remembered it word for word too. And the thing is, I kind of knew it word for word too in the crowd, so it's just like I was feeling some type of way. It was crazy when I was in that crowd because I think there was one kid that got heat stroke and they had to pick him up and crowd surf him away into the paramedics or something. But it was like, man, it's just like, wow. I don't know why, but during that time, I felt like a younger kid. Although I think I was 21, I think, when I was out there and everything. So it's just stuff like that, man. Bro, but that whole Dreamville Fest, man, I really hope I can save some money next time I pull up, man, because I want to be able to get more merchandise and everything. I'm trying to see if I can save up money every year to go, for sure. Because it's just it's just one of those festivals where it's just something that I feel like if you're a true J. Cole fan and everything, you need to experience for sure. Another thing, what concerts have you gone to in your lifetime?
I've never been to any.
No concerts? Not one? Really? You need to go to a concert, man. It's a really good.
I want to go to one. I just gotta get the chance. I haven't really had the chance to go to one, but I definitely want to.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, are you thinking about getting a summer internship this year, or are you just gonna be working at home or whatever?
I don't know yet. I might end up. It depends. Really, I haven't really decided.
Oh, snap! I forgot I was supposed to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do for the summer just yet. But I don't know.
You don't know? I guess it was for me too. I was working with I forgot what were those niggas called. I was working at the concerts and everything, so I got to see Russ in concert too, and Logic, and who else did I see? It was some other people for sure, man. But it was just I wish I would have stayed throughout the whole summer. I would have liked to see Method Man and Redman too. But it's but yeah, when I saw Russ in concert, that was a huge culture shock for me because I didn't realize how big Russ was until I actually went to his concert. Because let me tell you, I went to Beast Coast one time and everything, Joey Badass and Flatbush Zombies and the Underachievers. And I thought there would be a whole lot of people there, but it was kind of raining that day because it was it wasn't even a whole lot of people that went. Bro, when I tell you, when Russ was at that same place at the Charlotte Metro Credit Union concert or venue, bro, when I tell you, it was packed. There was barely any, I don't think there was any empty seat when Russ pulled up in Charlotte, which is crazy. So it's it really kind of puts in perspective for even me. I'm an aspiring independent artist myself. That it's this whole label stuff and everything. Let's go. Not much. Hold up. Sorry, the pause out for a minute. But yeah, man, it's just being independent. I feel like being independent is really where it's at for sure. Because Russ had to drop up to 10 whole projects, and it didn't get a whole lot of traction, but still made it regardless. And I feel like building a solid fan base works better than just being famous and everything. Because I thought Joey Badass and Pro Year and everything was way more famous than Russ until I went to a Russ concert, and then everybody was there. So it's just from all types of colors and everything. It could be white, black, African, all that. Everybody was at a Russ concert. So I thought that was mad cool. But it's yeah. And I understand you have a interest in Lil Baby too, and what his work is.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Lil Baby since it's been a good while. I've been a fan of him. Probably since early Innsbruck, because I know I was in high school. I was junior year probably. So that was good 2-3 years ago.
And where do you think his career might project to in the next couple years? Because I know it took him 5 years from prison and everything. Not 5 years in prison, but he started out in prison, and then 5 years later, he's one of the most, I don't want to say decorated, but I would say one of the most celebrated artists coming up right now and everything. What would you say? What do you think his niche is actually? What do you think Lil Baby's biggest strength is as an artist, and also where do you see him in the next couple years?
Definitely consistency, but just his ability to perform at just a consistent level, no matter like who he's on a song with or like what song it is. Because like he actually has his lyrical ability is pretty underrated. He has a really good flow. Oh my bad. He has a really good flow, but like he's really consistent on every song. So like if you see his name on a song, you can kind of set expectations before you hear it, and it will probably like uphold them.
No, for real. Yeah, no, for real. That's definitely his strength as an artist, for real, man. Like, I really hold up. I really like, I really like his flow for sure and everything. 'Cause I know like some people like probably like attribute that his flow to more somewhat to like most flows in the new generation and everything. What I really like about his style is that how it kind of like meshes between melodic and everything. Like I feel like there's a little bit of like some reggae in there too, in a sense. Just like not like in like reggae in the sense like traditional reggae, but just how the patterns is just more like it's more melodical, and also with like rapping too and everything. Like new generation wise, like he meshes up like rhythmic with melodic and like the hood parts of like style and everything. So it doesn't sound like just any like new rapper and everything. So it's just like, it's just like that. So this is for sure. Do you think like Roddy Ricch is kind of like they're like neck and neck in a sense, or do you feel like Roddy Ricch is like in a different lane?
I mean, I feel like because last year, was it last year? I think both of them were like pretty much neck and neck last year. But like, Lil Baby has been more out there, like in the public eye, like just being active on a lot of songs. He has done a lot of feature work, but I believe Roddy Ricch has a project coming out soon. So I believe that might project him back up to neck and neck forward, or just catch him up closer, because they both did release some really good projects. Because remember for like the awards show, because Lil Baby had the big, or what was it, My Turn, and Roddy Ricch had it was Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, and both of those like either one could have won, and I wouldn't have been mad about it, because both of those are like pretty solid projects. And I'm having high expectations for this Roddy Ricch one, because he himself has proclaimed he has a no skip policy for this one. So I'm expecting every song to be like some of his best work.
And the thing about Roddy Ricch's last project, that thing dropped, I think, my sophomore to junior year, I think, because I'm a transfer student, so I could be each year is just like pretty much intermediary. It's mostly the song I'm mostly like familiar with is just like the Hold the Box song and everything, like 'cause it was played all in different memes and stuff like that. So I never really had the chance to really like listen to each song. Like I really need to find some time for sure. What was Lil Baby's last project called again?
My Turn.
That's what you called it? My Turn? I need to probably just listen to them back really just to compare and contrast for sure. Do you feel like, I don't know. That's the thing, because you know what's weird? Like, because when was the last time Kendrick Lamar dropped Damn?
That was 2018, I believe.
2018 was when he dropped Damn? I feel like it was further above that. I think it was like 2017 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, 2017. Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, it was 2017 he dropped Damn. Oh, man. And like since then, it's 2021. So it's like, it's 4 years since he dropped a project and everything. The reason why I bring this up, because I know for like Lil Baby we talk about consistency, and he's always putting himself out there and everything. And Roddy Ricch has been featured on some songs, right? Like throughout since the last time he dropped this album, or is he just gonna be an album rapper?
Wait, let me check right now. I don't think he has been. He hasn't featured on a lot, or he's been featured here and there, because he. Let me see. He appeared on DJ Khaled's album. He was on Polo G's album, but I know he did release a couple singles this year. Yeah, he put out a couple singles this year, but definitely not as much as Lil Baby has. Lil Baby has had like more of an just out there presence this year.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. I feel like I'm more like familiar with Lil Baby's presence, like on the track and everything. Roddy Ricch is still pretty good and everything. Like I don't want to shit on Roddy Ricch and everything, but I feel like I'm just more familiar with Lil Baby. I feel like a lot of that has to do with him working with artists that I know, like J Cole or like what was another? He was on that one song with Drake and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he bodied all those features every time. Which is like, I wonder if they're gonna bring him for Homecoming. I feel like he'd be the appropriate artist to bring for Homecoming.
I don't think they ever said who won the vote because they did through like the poll for who they want to see the headliner or Homecoming.
But even if they did a poll for who they wanted to see, you got to really check in what their availability is really going to be around that time too. That we got to consider. So it's like if you had to choose, like, because how many artists can we get for Homecoming? Like 3 or 4?
I mean, because I forgot how many. Yeah, it's probably around 3 or 4. But I know like the poll for like the head artists, those are like, the bigger superstar level people. So like that had like Lil Baby, Young Thug, Lil Durk, like all the people who have like done numbers throughout this year.
Yeah, man. It's like, I know for sure I'd like to get Lil Baby to come for sure. And YMW Melly is still in jail though, right? Like so.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not even. But it's like, if you had to choose like 3 people like off the top of your head, who would you want to like come for like Homecoming? That's like possible and everything. You know, like, 'cause I know we can't just be like, oh, I want Jay-Z or Beyonce. But if you had to pick like 3 artists to come and like perform for Homecoming, which one would you pick?
What, you said what?
You had to pick 3 artists to come perform for Homecoming. Which one would you pick?
I would probably go with J. Cole, Lil Baby, and Young Thug.
Oh, just those. Yeah. You really think J. Cole would come back though? Like I don't know. I feel like he has a lot of shit on his plate to come back for like Homecoming. And last time he went here, it wasn't a good experience. I don't know if you heard. Like,
I mean, yeah, I've heard about it a couple of times, but I don't think he would like hold it against the people. Because I mean, it was like years ago, too. So it's not like all those same people would be here.
No, for sure, man. People would go crazy for J. Cole. It's like, oh wow, J. Cole came to our campus and everything. Like, I mean, I don't want to say we don't have a whole lot of good shit going on here at NCCU and everything, but it's just like we're not as mainstream as like say like any like a campus like maybe Howard University or whatever HBCU and whatnot. So it's just like you would think like of course they would probably pass up to like Howard before coming to us. Or maybe Fayetteville State University, because like he's obviously from Fayetteville. Which college did he go to again? Was it St. Mary's or St. Joseph?
I don't. He went to college in New York.
Oh, but what was the college name in New York? Wasn't it?
I don't remember the name of it though.
Don't remember the name. Man, so he had to pay out of state tuition just to go to New York, and he was trying to make music work for him too.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure he graduated too. I think I don't remember.
Don't even remember. Man, like part of that makes me wish I would have grinded harder than my years in college, man. I swear, like I had so much financial aid, man. I should have just focused on music and going to the studio, but I ain't had no studio to go to like the first couple of years. I didn't have like a really consistent studio to go to until like my junior. What was it, the summer 2020? I think that was when I actually find like a good studio and a producer that was willing to work with me and everything, work with my style and everything. So it's just like, yeah, but at the same token, I feel like I still put in like some work and everything. At least I dropped a whole project, there's more work than most people and stuff. But it's like, yeah, man, it's just like, if I had to pick 3, I know obviously Lil Baby for sure. I would like J. Cole to come. If he wanted to come, that'd be pretty cool. I know they gotta get somebody that's not well known and everything, someone that's just rising up. If you had to pick,
I don't think they said Giveon was one of the options for like one of the supporting acts. I feel like he's gonna be chosen.
You think Brent Faiyaz would probably make time to come to NCCU? Or?
Yeah, I feel like he could.
Yeah, because I know Brent Faiyaz. I know this one girl that really messes with Brent Faiyaz. I think her name was like Jessica Casmone. Yeah, Jessica. But yeah, man, like for sure, man. I wonder. So you're pretty familiar with Quentin Miller, correct?
Quentin, I've heard a little bit. I haven't listened to him too much.
Yeah, sure. He's one of my favorite artists because it's like it's like I feel like he's one of the main reflections on my style and everything. You know, if you listen to a Quentin Miller song, you listen to one of my songs. I'm not saying they're gonna be like the exact same, but it's just the way how it's delivered, kind of sounds like a little similar, and everything. I really wish people had more eyes on Quentin Miller and everything. He has a whole lot of good tracks and stuff, and he pretty much used to ghostwrite for Drake. I know he did it for If You're Reading This, It's Too Late and everything, which it's really a good project. I really wish that he was pretty much signed to OVO and everything. And I wish OVO was more like structured and organized to let other...
Like, I don't know about it. I don't think signing to OVO is not really a dream like thing.
Oh, no, definitely. It's because of like, you know, like how Drake runs it and how the label runs it all together, to be honest. Even with Party Next Door and what was the other one? Wasn't The Weeknd signed to OVO at one point?
He was supposed to be, but he ended up like just breaking away from them. Because it was early in his career, like when he started blowing up, he was supposed to be. That's why like the OVO XO thing was very like close, but he ended up breaking apart because he broke away from him. And then there was I Love Mackinnon or whatever it was. He was up there. I think he had left it.
Well, that sucks, man, because it's like, because Kendrick has TDE, although it's not his label, but it's like, it's still like a circle like around him regardless. And I know that like after this next project he's about to drop, that means we're not even gonna get the Black Hippie tape and everything, which sucks. I hope maybe he changes his mind and maybe we can probably get on it anyway. That'd be pretty cool. But it's like at the same token, it's like, you know, Kendrick has TDE. J. Cole has Dreamville, which I feel like J. Cole and Dreamville might outclass TDE. That's just my opinion. Because it's just like at the same time, it's like, okay, you got Isaiah Rashad, you got Schoolboy Q, and you got
SZA.
Yeah, SZA and
Isaiah Rashad, Schoolboy Q.
Yeah, SZA, J-Rock, and
Oh wait, Isaiah Rashad, Schoolboy Q, SZA, and I cannot remember the last guy's name.
I know one of them though, the dude with the hair and the glasses. What was his name? I forgot. I don't want to say because he's actually a really good rapper. I don't want to make it seem like, you know, like, oh yeah, he's like forgettable or nothing like that. But it's just like,
Yeah, but I know.
Yeah. I know like he got some songs on GTA too.
I haven't listened to him in a long time. That's the thing.
Yeah, because like
that's what
Absol. Yeah, we just forgot about Absol, y'all. I feel so bad, bro. Because Absol is really good though, for real. Like he's not no slouch for sure, and everything. I don't know what's different. I feel like Dreamville is just better at just like marketing their artists and everything because like you can see JID kind of standing by himself and like he's still recognizable. Yeah. And Boz is pretty good too. Like I don't see Boz like a sidekick type, you know, but it's like, you know, at the same time he has his own vibe to himself that it's just like, you know, you're pretty familiar with Boz's work and JID's work and Ari Lennox and everybody else. Ludi just dropped the project I need to listen to and everything, you know. It's just, I don't know, I wish Isaiah Rashad would have dropped more music, to be honest, and Schoolboy Q. Like maybe like 3 more albums.
I know Isaiah Rashad, he just dropped something this year.
Yeah, he did. It was good. Like The House is Burning. Yeah, it was a damn good project. And it's like then Ludi dropped the project. I feel like Ludi and I don't want to say obviously not Ludi and like Isaiah Rashad are like neck and neck for sure because Isaiah Rashad been doing it for a long time. But I feel like Ludi is slowly becoming the Isaiah Rashad of Dreamville in a sense. I know that sounds kind of weird because I'm saying like, oh, another artist is another artist of another company and whatnot. But it's just like, you know, I feel like Schoolboy Q, like J. Cole is the Kendrick, obviously. The Boz is the Schoolboy Q, because you know Schoolboy Q can also do songs with other people, just like Boz can do a song with ASAP Ferg and stuff like that. Ari Lennox, SZA, would you say that maybe? It's like because they're like first ladies of their. And then I feel like Ludi is the Isaiah Rashad. And JID, I don't know. JID is kind of in his own lane in a sense.
Because Dreamville has a lot more members.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Then there's Earth Gang.
Yeah, Earth Gang especially.
There's Cause.
Yeah, Cause.
So like, yeah, there's a bigger cast of people over there.
Yeah, I feel like they market them a little bit better though too. Wouldn't you say? Because like TDE is like when you think about TDE, obviously you think about Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad, Absol, J-Rock, and Reason being the new one. It's just like, but at the same token, it's just like, I don't know, I feel like they dominated like in the 2010s. Like
it's because they aren't really marketed as a group. the label is its own thing that's behind them, but like that they don't really tie each other to that per se. Cause like Dreamville is a label and it's also like a group as well. Like when they do the Revenge of the Dreamers tape, when they bring everybody together.
That's why it's so hard to actually say that Top Dog could like compete with Dreamville that well, because I know people when they usually, I personally out of like Kendrick and like Cole, I prefer Cole and everything, because I just feel like his style has more of an influence. And like I love Kendrick too, especially in high school. I feel like I was heavy more with like Kendrick than I would say Cole sometimes. But I feel like over the years I kind of just grew a little bit closer to Cole music, because it's just like, I feel like it just had there's like a sense of authenticity that comes with Cole's music, and also it's just like it's also the sense that just like the self-expression like that they both have and everything, basically being regular guys, one having gang ties but not necessarily in a gang, and the one being caught in like in the city too, and in the city like crazy too, like Fayetteville and everything, and still having his own issues, but still trying to make it as best he can, and talking about social issues too. I feel like it's really cool and it's really important for artists who aren't thugs and gangsters to be like at the top of the game and everything. Say with J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake too, and Kanye West. I feel like it's very important. But it's like, but it still comes back though that it's like Cole just with Dreamville and everything and them pretty much marketing as a group. I feel like that's very important to really just market like the whole thing as a group. Even with Journey Entertainment, that's the label that I'm kind of a part of and everything or associated with and whatnot. I'm about to interview one of the members in it too, Psych Mike, later on today. It's just stuff of that nature. Hopefully I can get on the next volume, a collaboration tape for sure. I really want to get on the next one. But it's like once you run it as like a collective and everything, people have more interest, because it's just not just, you want to see how people's styles kind of mesh with each other and everything, and pretty much how it just kind of rolls off like that. That's why it's just like with things like Odd Future, Wolfgang kind of falling apart, it's still kind of sad to me, like really, because it's just like, because even Domo Genesis and Haji Beats and Mike G, like they had a bigger collective too, and they were all in acting also, with the Loiter Squad and everything. I feel like they had more potential to really like break out too. And it wasn't just Earl, Frank Ocean, and Tyler. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna have your top three and everything, but I really wanted to see everybody else do it and do their own things too. Cause even Domo Genesis is really, really good, and Haji Beats, and who was the other person? I'm thinking Mike G. I know Mike G was in there.
There was Sid.
Yeah, Sid with the internet. Yeah, I feel like Sid with the internet is pretty good. It does a whole lot. I feel like they got their own thing. But I wish there would have been more of a collective though. That's what I'm saying. This is really sad. I hate when collectives fall apart over time. Everybody has a group and they fall up eventually.
You remember Good Music? They had a good run. That was like Kanye's group. It was Kanye, Big Sean, 2 Chainz. I think Travis Scott ended up being part of it.
And then they had Designer in it for a little bit, but then that was like whatever. Which sucks. So I feel like they could have used Designer a little bit better. He didn't have to have his own project or whatever, but if you would have put him on more features and everything, to do the chorus or whatever, I would have liked to see that, Like, use his strengths. I'm saying, don't just put him on the label just to sit there. When you had 2 Chainz on, and that's what I really liked about Good Music too. It's just like everybody was kind of different, but they all worked together. Like, didn't you have Common on the label too? I think.
I think so. I think he also appeared up there for a bit.
Yeah, man, that's really good, man. Big Sean and Kanye West. Are they gonna do more music together? Good music? I really hope they do, man. Because
I don't think good music. Or they're probably gonna work together, but I think good music isn't a thing anymore. Like,
damn, because of Kanye West going like Christian rap, or
no? But I think good music ended around like just when they stopped all that. Because I remember they did the Good Fridays where they were like drop a song every Friday. That's when like that You Only Know Mercy, Don't Like remix, like they would drop a song every Friday. But I think they like stopped it because they don't do it anymore, or like they just broke up.
That was hell of a throwback, man. Good music for sure. I really wish a lot of these groups were still out there. I would have really liked to see where Odd Future would have been, like if it was like more competitive with Dreamville and Good Music was still up to be more competitive, and then I wish OVO had more artists and everything would have been. Do you think it would have been better if Drake would have just signed XXXTentacion and then worked with XXXTentacion and put him on the song instead of just trying to take his style and everything. I would have preferred them to just work together, you know, because it's just like I feel like Access Tentacion would have been like that next blow up thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know, cause I mean, like, cause everyone Drake signs to OVO kind of has like the same similar style, so I don't know if it will really work.
I feel like Access Tentacion, I don't feel like he has a similar style. I feel like it'll be good deviation, you know what I'm saying? Because he can't sing. You gotta admit, like, you know, he had like with the, oh, do you understand it? You know, change, right? You know, like he had a little emo type rap type thing, you know. I feel like he would have been a good, he would have been something that would have been good to like transition, like a lot of like, I don't want to say transition, but you know, you got your artists that kind of help, you know, like Lil Wayne was kind of like early with the Southern type stuff, and then he was kind of dominating, you know, for like some years, and then he transitioned to Drake, and Drake is dominating for the years. I feel like Access Tentacion should have been like that follow up after Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Drake is kind of calming down too himself. You know what I mean? I would have really liked them to actually work together. And then, could you imagine a label with like Drake being like the figurehead, and then like Quentin Miller, and then Access Tentacion, and then The Weeknd, and then freaking maybe like, you know, with Access Tentacion you can try to bring in some people from Members Only. Although that would be kind of like weird bringing Members Only in, because I feel like, you know, it would kind of like mesh out or whatever. But it's like, even 2 Chainz being a Southern lyricist on good music kind of seemed weird, because it's mostly Chicago-based rappers anyway, and like Detroit rappers, and like Big Sean and everything. But it's like, you know, you can always find a way to kind of mesh those things together once you use like the strengths and everything. You know, like even though 2 Chainz was on good music, he wasn't everything good music. He was just kind of featured sometimes. That's why I feel like XX and Tentacion would have worked out with, you know, and I feel like that would have really brought in hella bread for OVO for sure, and that would have made things fresh. That's the thing. That's one thing that's like, I feel like that was another missed opportunity, and it sucks they end up like beefing and everything, and then now X is dead. You know, it's just like, I feel like it could have gone so many different ways had Drake would have just give him that shine. Because like Drake is always gonna be set regardless. Yeah. Like I don't think anyone's gonna overshine Drake for a while. But if say you would have like give that shine to somebody else, someone that's like started off SoundCloud and started making it, you know, and then like they would have been on a label together, and then he would have taken the wheels after Drake and everything, you know. XX Tentacion would have potential to be a face, like a huge figurehead, despite the controversy. When we really think about it, what do you think about that?
I mean, I wasn't really too big of a fan of him. He was all right. I mean, he never really, or like from what I've seen, because I've listened to like a couple things by him, because I knew about him since like the early SoundCloud days, and he never really stood out as like one of those people that could really like become like, you know, top of the list rappers. Like he never really seemed like he could like break into those like high end, like, you know, that caliber.
You really don't think so? I don't know. I disagree. I feel like there was more potential, because one, he's young too, so his style can always change over the years and everything. And like you can look at somebody like Lil Wayne starting with the Carter and everything, and how it kind of switched up where he had more rock and everything like that. You know, I'm not trying to like compare X and Lil Wayne to like as potential wise and everything, but I'm like, once you got more time ahead of you and you have more space, like with music, like, you know, you like to sing and you rap, and it's like you have a different style that no one else hears and everything. I feel like if Access Tentacion would have stayed around just a little bit longer, I feel like there would have been more things for him to do. You know, I feel like there would have been a whole lot of things he could have done. You know, like I feel like he really could have been like, you know, selling out. Like I don't want to say like selling out. I feel like he would have been like on Russ levels. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like maybe even bigger than Russ, to be honest, because it's just like, you know, he had a huge fandom behind him also. You know, and it was all started organically off SoundCloud anyway. So it's just like, you know, it's just stuff like that. And they had Members Only also, which I feel like, you know, would have really helped, and which really sucks, because I feel like you need groups like that, and it comes back to that group settlement. It's just like whether OVO they would have worked with Members Only or not. Didn't Wiz Khalifa have like a label like Taylor Gang? Who was on Wiz Khalifa's label?
I got no clue, to be honest. I remember like it being mentioned before, but I got no clue.
Shit, man, damn. I'm thinking back at it like, wow. Can't even remember. cannot even remember who was on. Like, I remember he would like shout like Taylor Gang all the time. When I think about like Wiz Khalifa doing things or his associated acts, I'm thinking of like Mac Miller and everything like that. And then it's just like, I don't know. What if Mac Miller and Wiz Khalifa could make their own label together? Like, what if they start working together and then like start taking other artists and everything? Because they kind of mesh pretty well too.
Yeah, but I don't know.
He's eating the chicken sandwich. I'll just let him know.
I probably would have paired him with like Schoolboy Q since like they collaborated a lot more.
Yeah, but Schoolboy Q's still part of TDE though at that point. So it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't. Although he could be like an associated act and everything, you can't really see him like get deep into it. I'm trying to think. For certain, what would be some other? So it's like that's Dreamville, that's TDE, OVO. Like if like we would probably add like XXXTentacion. I Love McConan. Although I Love McConan ain't really doing shit now and everything, but if they really would have like worked with even Quentin Miller, cause I know Quentin Miller still be dropping music.
I mean, that kind of what happens when you get signed to OVO. Like you just fade out.
And that sucks, cause it shouldn't be like that, bro. Like like it's cool, like Drake is hella successful and everything, but could you imagine if you would have gotten more like people outside of America too, like like Wiz, the Kid, and everything? You know, Afrobeats is really heavy. You know, I know people like to rip on Drake for like biting off people's styles and shit, but it's like really though, like if he dead ass would have just like if he dead ass would have just went like would have just actually organized OVO to like just work for like other artists and not just him and everything, I could see even a lot of money being made for him too. That's what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't be just the embassy. I know he has a whole lot of money as it is and everything, and Drake is pretty much breaking all sorts of records. But how many albums do you think Drake got left? Like really, like
I mean, personally, I mean, that's not even something you could really estimate because I don't know. They can go as far, they can go as long as they live if they wanted to.
But it's like, when do you think it's gonna start getting old for Drake though? Because it's like, you know, like I feel like Drake's biggest strength is that he has a good longevity to him, where it's just like, you know, you see him at the beginning of his career and he pretty much speaks for the heart and basically raps. He can rap about females, he can rap about being better than you, being like richer than you and everything. And you know, he could really switch it up for years on and then still take different type of styles. I know he adds more Afro beats to a lot of his stuff, which really, really refreshing to a lot of stuff. But a lot of his Afro beats and stuff that I really, really get drawn to. But it's just like at the same damn token, I just feel that, you know, I just feel that you know Drake should really just, I don't want to say settle down, but I feel like he should be more focused on building his label at this point, at this stage of his career, and just killing the features and everything like J. Cole does. You know, J. Cole stepped away and he was like just killing features and shit. You know, and that's why it's just like it made J. Cole more fresh, because then you got to hear him like work with 21 Savage. Whoever thought that 21 Savage and J. Cole were gonna be just like a good like match on a song and everything, and then he's working with Lil Baby and everything, and then that's a great match and everything, you know. But it's just stuff of that nature. And it's like, you know, I know Drake, like when he hops on a song, I know he did a song with like 21 Savage also. I'm trying to figure out like how long ago. Like I know he dropped it. I know he dropped a video and everything. I forgot, but it was like a damn good song and everything. I'm just like, if he just would have been focused on just really working with like giving artists more of a chance and everything, and they'll actually flourish under his label and everything, and just kind of step back, you know, I feel like that would give him more, it would like freshen him up, and the next thing you know, the next 10 Drake projects wouldn't feel like, oh yeah, it's just Drake, you know what I'm saying? It would just, you know, like if he can work with Future and everything, and like What a Time to Be Alive, and then that should be like just a smash it. Could you imagine if he had his own label and everything? Like the Future isn't a part of a label, like a label. He just kind of just Future, or what does he do? Like Taliban Gang or Eskimo Gang? What's up?
I mean, he's on a label, but like every every artist we could probably sit and name, they're on a label, but not every label is a collective. That's like the whole separate thing.
So is Future even a part of a collective, or is just no?
He's not part of a collective, but he's definitely like signed to a label.
Okay, that's cool. I wish Drake and Future could probably stay on the same collective. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. You know, like we put Drake, Future, XXXTentacion, The Weeknd, and just
This one, another one of those things that like separates like TDE and Dreamville. Oh,
yeah, as you were saying, sorry, some people walking by.
that's one of those things because like TDE itself is a label. That's why it's ran more so of a label. And then like Dreamville is a label, but it's also a collective. Just because like J. Cole, he signed to Rock Nation. So he made his own collective / label, which is Dreamville, and his signees come to own it as a collective. Yeah. But and with Drake, his also is a collective / label, but it's ran more so like a label. Like it doesn't not well. It runs like a label. It doesn't run like a good label because it is like the label's job to promote and like encourage your signees to like produce music and like put it out there.
Yeah. No, for real though. Like I know we kind of been stuck on this whole like label and collective talk for a minute and everything, and I was like, I didn't think it was gonna stretch this long. I had other topics to think about speaking on, but I feel like it's been kind of interesting and stuff. I know like you're pretty much seeking out like a music degree, and exactly what exactly you're getting this music degree for? Like I know you wanted to teach music for sense.
Yeah, I'm studying music education. I was thinking about teaching maybe I don't know, say maybe somewhere maybe middle school or high school level.
Okay, and like what drives you to want to like teach music? Did you have like a wonderful experience like in school, like with a music teacher, and you just thought like, yeah, I want to do this, or it's like, what's your why?
I mean, music is just one of those things that's been like that I've been heavy on since like high school. It's one of those things I dove into, and I know teaching is just something that I feel like I've had an affinity for because I've been told I could be a good teacher, and then I've heard like a couple teachers say the phrase. Don't teach something unless you love it. And I said, why not just go be a music teacher? I feel like it's like just one of the easiest things you could do with like a music degree.
Okay, and it's like you're not pretty much doing it for like for the money heavily, or you're just pretty much doing it for the love basically, and just pretty much just living well.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know I just want to go out and work. Cause I mean, there's like you can make good money just like teaching at a middle school, high school level, and depending on how that goes, I would maybe like to break off to go into like a collegiate level of like being a professor and then teaching.
I could see you being like a music professor for sure. Like, I'm thinking about being like a professor when I get like my doctorate degree, maybe speaking into the universe for sure. But it's like, yeah, that's wonderful. That's very, very cool stuff and everything. And then it's just like, you know, it's good like speaking to you when it comes to all music thing, because it's just like, you know, one thing I know is like you don't have aspirations to be a rapper. Do you have aspirations to be a rapper?
No, not necessarily. But I know it's just one of those things like I think about doing for fun. Cause like I do sit around sometimes. Cause I know I do gotta try to get back into like producing again and like trying to get that like get my feet wet in that. But yeah.
Yeah, I know you pretty much. I think I've heard one of your beats and everything. How many beats have you made so far? Like,
I mean, I haven't even like looked since like last semester, but it's like a small handful of beats that I've started. I think there's like a couple, like 2 or 3 that I've actually like sat down and like completed all the way through. But like I think that's about it.
oh, okay. Whenever you have time, you need to send me them and everything. At least I can keep them and everything. So like, if I consider actually using them in the future and everything, I like to actually use it. Because I know my cousin actually just started getting into whole producing himself. He just started a YouTube channel and everything. I was just into some of his beats, so it's just like to see that a lot of y'all are close to me and actually like doing like beats and everything. Because I've been getting hella beats in my email as it is and everything, and then it's a whole lot. But it's like I want to be able to at least have like an actual relationship with people, you know, that actually do their beats and stuff of that nature. Yeah, man, that's really, really cool. So it's like when you're making your beats and everything, what really pretty much inspires you? Like, what's your sound more like? Is it more like a jazzy, like what you call boom bop type beat, or like what's it like?
I mean, I haven't really gotten deep enough into it to ever like develop a certain sound or style. Because I mean, each one that I did do, I tried to do something different with each to try to figure out what I do like and like what I can and can't do, like to see where I excel at. So it's kind of like a little bit of everything. I've been trying to like look into like all types of beats.
That's wonderful. That's great that you're actually taking that chance. I feel like you should probably like, for instance, focus on it for sure. Like I know I fell out of line with writing music from time to time. That's one of my biggest regrets in college is not dedicating at least one day to at least writing 2 pages a day. By now, I'd probably have like 3 more rap books finished, and I'll probably be on my 10th. But it's just been a whole lot. I'm really trying to get back into the business of writing music again for sure. But yeah, man, like for sure, man, you should really go deep into like a lot of that. I know you have a big mindset in regards to music as a whole and everything. Like I know we were speaking about like labels and music and everything of that nature. When looking back in the past, like how do you feel about like where Cash Money, Young Money was back then and where it is now and whatnot?
I mean, but like just time caught up to it. Cause I mean, like in another 10 years from now, like Dreamville is going to be as big as it was. OVO is going to be as big as it like is now. TDE, like all of those are going to end up falling out one day. Because I mean, that's just one of those things that come with time. Yeah. Like not everything lasts.
Yeah. Do you feel like Rock Nation lasts for a very extensive period of time, or is it just like whatever?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're gonna have those few, but like I feel like those are just those. Cause maybe, oh well, in that case, I feel like one of these will, but like, none of them are like their own standalone things. Like they're all a collective under a different label. Like Dreamville is under Rock Nation, so I don't know if it will still last as long as like Rock Nation itself.
I can see that for sure, man. For sure, definitely. And like I know it's sad that even Odd Future pretty much. Do you feel like Odd Future basically like time caught up to Odd Future? Or was everybody just not like agreeing with each other and that's what messed it up?
I mean, I don't really know what it was. I mean, I just feel like it just fell out. Like not all things like work out. It was probably just better for them to all split up, do their own thing. It was like a big group, because Odd Future was a pretty big group of people. So, I mean, it makes sense that, like, they will all have different ideas of where they want to take things. So it makes sense that they were, like, split up.
How many members is too many members for a collective for you?
Let me see, because I feel like the thing about a collective is, like, usually in a collective, like, there's no head. And, like, that means, like, if they all want to move a certain way or do certain things, if the more people you have, the harder it is going to come to like a agreement. Cause like if you have like maybe like 5, 6, like y'all can easily talk it out. But once you get like closer to 8, 10, and double digits, it's definitely going to get easier to have a falling out.
Do you feel like Wu-Tang kind of had a falling out in a sense, or do you just feel like they just went on and did their own thing? And it's like I don't feel like they did their own thing because they're all still connected to this day to Wu-Tang, because it's just like that's what they all identified with for years and years, and this stuff started in the '90s and everything. So it's just stuff like that.
Wu-Tang people just got old, like that. People got old, or some people passed away. Like I feel like time got them. It wasn't really like a issue with the members.
Well, I feel like if time got you, I feel like that just adds on to just you being more successful because you actually got to outlast where it's just like, you didn't just fall off, like, it's just like, well, a few of us are going to like appreciate A Tribe Called Quest and everything, but I feel like Wu-Tang kind of transcends time in a sense because like, when you see that logo, you already know what it is and everything. If you are a rap and hip hop head, some people just are just more into like the nowadays kind of things, and, they can be into whatever they're into. But when I think about it, it's just like, yeah, man. It's like even like in my career and everything, where I want to know like where I'm going with in this whole music thing.
What's the time? My phone just died.
Oh, it's like 7:18. Do you have to do anything?
No.
Alright, cool.
I'm just on.
Probably like 4 or 5 to like 10 minutes and everything. I always leave like a 10 good minutes after an hour and everything to kind of wrap everything up and like final thoughts and everything of that nature. So it's just like, you know, it's just stuff of that nature, you know, like when it comes to time and just music in general. Like, you know, there was once a time where it's just where Lil Wayne was like that guy and everything, and he'll still be the GOAT to me. I don't know like how you can hate on Lil Wayne. And let's have this conversation. Do you think Lil Wayne's the GOAT of the past, or do you feel like it's just like he's just overrated?
I mean, I've always been a really good Lil Wayne fan. He's definitely one of those people. I wouldn't say he's underappreciated, but I feel like just a lot of people didn't know, because he's still good now. But like, because that project he put out with Rich the Kid, like I feel like a lot of people didn't even give it a chance. But like, it's better than like you would expect it to be. But like a lot of people weren't around in his prime, and then like a lot of people like now, especially like younger people, like they didn't know him around his prime, and they probably like didn't find out about him until like the later end of his prime. So like they don't know, like, you know, the full scale of like how big, how talented he was.
I don't know. I feel like for what it was in the Wayne era, I feel like he got about enough out of it as he wanted. Cause we got to see Lil Wayne like pretty much growing like from the Carter and everything of 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. I think in the early work, so Hot Boys. But it's just like, yeah, it's just that. Like, he started at such a young age and got so much done, like, in that time period and everything. And even now, like, he's still alive to pretty much enjoy, like, all the work he put in, basically, and everything. And I feel like Wayne, like, as a lyricist, I feel like he outclasses, like, most people as it is. I know people like to put him up with, like, Tupac and everything. Like, oh, Lil Wayne wouldn't be anything if Tupac was still here. Like, man, shut up. Like, dude, Tupac started in the 90s. By the time it would have ended the 2010s and everything, y'all would have been tired of him. Like, why do people keep pushing that and everything? Eminem is, like, pretty much the same way, where it's like, you know, he's been doing it for years, and then, like, when he drops a project, y'all start complaining, like, oh, why he keeps doing it? You know, I just feel like people just find all sorts of things to complain. Like, even with Tupac, I feel like he put so much work out at a young age that by the time he would have reached, like, 2010 or whatever, it would have just gotten stale. That's just, now that I look back, and now I'm older now looking back at it, like, I feel like it would have gotten stale eventually. You know what I mean? And that's not trying to shit on Tupac's talent, but I feel like he would have just been focused on movies after a while. You know, like Ludacris. Like, Ludacris era, like, he was hot as hell. Always had, like, you know, songs. You know, Ludacris was, like, that was every cookout, everything. And then it's just, like, once the stuff started dying down a little bit, he went into movies with the Fast and Furious and everything and stuff of that nature. So it's just, like, when I look back at stuff like that, I just be thinking, like, man, it's like these unfair comparisons. It's just kind of stupid to me, because it's just like, you know, because even like when it comes to like Kanye West doing like, you know, Christian rap, people be like, oh man, I want 2006 Kanye West out and everything, and then it's just like, you know, like you can just put it on and listen to it. Like, even if he made more of the chipmunk, what's that genre that he did, like the chipmunk R&B, chipmunk soul, I think, like where they use the squeaky voice. They remix the songs with the squeaky voice and the soulful. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, man, it's just like, that's a cool genre, by the way. I feel like if there's more people that did so, I need to look them up. Because, you know, I feel like Kanye West did it in such a way, man, you know, and it's just like, yeah, man, it's just, Kanye West's career is also something to review also, when you think about it, man. Like, because I know he's reaching the zenith too. Like, we were, like, with Cole, Drake, Kendrick, and Kanye West, and Kendrick, Cole, and Kanye West, and Drake. Like, yeah, all four of them and everything. They're pretty. I feel like they're kind of reaching the end in a sense, you know. Even with Jay-Z too and everything. I feel like he might drop a project. One of the last project he dropped, it was like 444, right?
Yeah.
That was like how many years ago?
But Jay-Z, he's like, because he's retired. But the thing about retiring is like a weird thing in the music industry. Like, he's been retired for years, but like he'll show up on a song here and there. But like, I feel like 444 is like more of a surprise drop. It's not like a routinely drop thing.
Yeah, I see it as like an epilogue in a sense. It's just like, you know, like, this is where I'm at in life right now. Do you feel like Jay-Z might drop like a project or two?
Personally, I don't really see Jay-Z dropping any, unless like, because he did do that. He did drop that project with Beyonce. I can see him doing another one of those, but I don't know if I see him doing another like solo project.
Yeah, but it won't be like how Nas is like doing King's Disease and everything. King's Disease 1 and 2, where it's just like, I don't know. Nas with King's Disease is so different than from 444, because it's like he finally got like his Grammy for it, you know.
Yeah.
Finally, Nas got a Grammy. But it's just like, you know, all these careers are just so different when you look back at it, because like they got so, it's not that they got old, but they got better with it too, you know. And I thought that was pretty cool as it was. And then it's just like, man, like, you know, like where's Drake, Kendrick, Cole, or Kanye? Where are they going to be at the next couple years? I feel like Kanye's living pretty comfortably now. Yeah. And he could pretty much transition to just focus on other things if he wanted to, like fashion, stuff like that. You know, the Yeezy slides that made a whole lot of money and everything. And he's like a billionaire now, like what, $2 billion or $3 billion? How much money Kanye got?
I mean, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he's still like the richest black man like in America though.
He's richer than Jay-Z now, right?
Yeah, because I think he took that record like it was a while ago. He like became the richest black man in America.
And he was in debt like at one point.
Yeah, that was around I think that was between like 2016, somewhere around there. It was right when he it was around, he went in debt because he put all his money into funding the Yeezy brand. And then it came out and he instantly got out of debt.
Dang, bro, that is so crazy, man. I really need to look back at how a lot of these were done and everything, because I really hope to make a whole lot of money out of music myself and everything. I be going to spiritual guys like, hey, man, like how like successful can I really make with this whole music thing? Because I just dropped my first project at age 23. And I try to keep in mind that even Eminem didn't drop his first project till 26, and like Jay-Z didn't drop his project till 26, you know. Like 2 Chainz didn't really get like popping like that till he was in his 30s and stuff like that. I try to keep all that stuff in mind, bro, because it's just.
I think Future's another one of those artists who like didn't start popping off till he was in like late 20s.
Really?
I believe so, because around like he was starting getting popular, I believe he was around late 20s.
Really? His late 20s? Yeah, I could see that. I thought maybe it was like 25 or 26 or something. I don't know. Yeah, like I need to look back at that too. And it's just like, even if you did start off really young, it doesn't really guarantee that you're gonna go anywhere. Cause I know even Mindless Behavior, that whole group is young as hell, and like what has Mindless Behavior done since then?
Yeah, I mean, like they broke up a long time ago.
Yeah, basically, and like what have they done as individuals?
I mean, I remember seeing a couple of them try to continue their careers, but there's not really much you can do. Like if you used to be in a group, that, I mean, you would think being in a group will like help boost everybody, but like you're gonna have those standalones that like break out on their own.
Yeah, man, like for real, and everything. And it's just like, I feel like, I don't know, when it comes to success things, it's just different, man. Like you hear like some artists like get put on, like I know Jay-Z put Freeway on for a little bit, and we haven't heard much about Freeway in like a little bit. Like he kind of went along with the early 2000s and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And it's just stuff like that, even like with Dr. Dre and everything, you know, like I remember when he first dropped The Chronic, what was he, like 22 or 23 or something like that?
I don't even remember.
You don't even remember? But he was kind of like in the early 20s, and like he didn't even drop a project after that till 2001. Yeah, so it's just stuff like that you got to keep in mind, you know. I really don't know what type of artist I'm going to be moving forward for the next 3-4 years, maybe 5. I don't know where I'm going to be at 5 years from now. Like, okay, I'm 23 now, so by the time I'll be like 28-ish, like I don't know like where, like how many projects I'm going to drop or how things are going to go. I haven't even performed like my music not one time yet. Like I just dropped it and just let it just sit on the internet, but I haven't even performed it yet. I'm trying to see like maybe like next time I could probably find some time to perform. I don't know if I should just wait till I move to Washington DC and just do the open mics over there, or should I just do something like here before I bounce? I don't even know. You know, so it's just stuff like that, you know. I think about this whole music thing, that it could really change between the decades, and things could be different. You know, it's just like I think back to like when I started like in middle school, I started writing just for laughs and everything, and then all the shit I had to go through between that and all the hardships I had to deal with, all the people I fell out with, all the people that backstabbed me and try to like do all types of shit and everything. But here I am, still dropping a project. So it's just one of those things in life I think back on, and I'm like, man, you know, life was mad different for me. But you know, it is what it is. Everybody's journey is different, but I just hope I can really make something with this music thing, because I want to be able to take care of my peoples too and stuff of that nature. So it's just like that's just kind of how I see music. So how do you see music as a whole, like when it comes to like your life and everything?
Music is one of those things I came attached to because, like, I remember I got really deep in, like, J. Cole, Kendrick in high school, and, like, just the message behind their music. And then, like, because, like, anybody knows me personally now, and they know I always carry around a speaker. And that was, like, something that started in high school. And, like, it's a playlist I still use to this day of, like, just throwbacks. And, like, it was music I'll play with my friends and we'll all like just listen to it, jam out. Like we didn't grow up together, but these were all songs that we heard as kids. Like music is just like an easy way to share experiences like with others. Like it's that language that everyone understands.
And it's a good way for self-expression and everything. And like a lot of your love for music is gonna change up differently. I really hate people who really just use it as a place for clout, just for clout and just putting other people down and trying to diss and shit on other people and everything. I see music as a place where it's just everybody can express themselves. No one has to be threatened about anything. Nobody has to feel any type of way about anything. Just keep pushing, work as hard as you can, and just see the fruits of whatever story you're trying to tell. Let it be able to blossom, and maybe you enjoy the fruits you gotta enjoy. Everybody can make memories off of it. Everybody can make. Oh yeah, no, I'm just trying to close out right now. But yeah, everybody has like something to really gain from music, and I just feel like something is healing. So it's just like, do you have any like final thoughts for the podcast?
Been glad I finally got to like come on. I've been meaning to get on for a minute, but I'm glad I got to actually like sit and record the episode.
Sure, like really, I feel this is a pretty good episode myself. I really thank you for really hopping on too, and everything. That's for Joel, my past roommate and everything. Really chill dude and everything. It's just like I was always like. I'm always worried about what type of roommate I'm gonna be getting year in year out and everything. Now it's like I ain't got no roommate at all. But it's like, it's just like I feel like you're a really chill dude and everything. You kind of respected your space and respected my space, so I really, really appreciate you for that. So yeah, that's it for episode 31 of the Mental Threads podcast. I here signs out Toasty ESV, whoever you want to call me, it don't matter. And here signs out Joe Spoony, or is it just Joe?
Either one, Joe Spoony, Joel.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, really cool dude. All right, cool. We're signing out. Sew it up. That's it for 31.